Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome to the sort of dev blog reading of the Season 3 information that we have received. A lot of this has been already data mined, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's one of those things that you can't sort of avoid. People are going to want to know what is coming up in your game before you announce it. So we are going to be reading the dev blog from the Activision Games blog on the information for Modern Warfare Season 3 and Warzone Season 3, which is very, very exciting. There's a lot of information here that we have not seen before, so let's talk about it here today. We are, of course, getting Alex as the new operator from the campaign. If you did the campaign, you'll know who this guy is and what he did. He's a pretty cool dude. He's also a really good-looking bloke. Like, you just can't disagree with this. This is a good-looking man. Anyway, so we are, of course, getting a bunch of new content. This is the roadmap that they have released for Warzone and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 3, which is very, very exciting. We are, of course, getting 3 new multiplayer maps at the start. A couple of new weapons, vehicle skins, a brand new game mode for Warzone, which is quads, which I'm super excited about, and the new operator Alex, as well as sort of later on in the season, as we usually get content updates. We're getting Hard Hat, which is insanely cool. We're also getting Aisle 9, which I think is a smaller version of Atlas Superstore for Gunfight, which is pretty cool. Also getting your usual new game mode, Gun Game Reloaded, Reinfected Ground War, which is pretty cool. More new weapons, which looks like a big LMG kind of thing, and then the Gunsmith Customs, which I think is the Frankensteining sort of gunsmith thing they were talking about a little while ago. Again, more new game modes and a lot of other stuff coming as well. But yeah, this is the stuff that is launching on day 1, which is tomorrow. I think it comes out at about 5 a.m. my time, so 5 a.m. Sydney time, and I think it's like 6 p.m. like a regular person time in Pacific time. So yeah, you should be able to experience this as soon as possible, coming out very, very soon. So as we were talking about, we are getting quads in Warzone, which is very, very cool. I've been waiting for this for a while, ever since somebody did data mine it, that we were getting quads and duos, I think it was. I've been waiting for this. I thought it was going to come earlier, but I figured this was probably the best time for it to come out. So this is very, very exciting. I've got like 4 or 5 friends who all want to play Warzone at the same time, and just we can't put it together. Like, we can't make that happen because there's not enough room in the squad, so we have to take turns. Having 4 people in the squad is a very, very good idea. It wouldn't surprise me if they ended up increasing the player limit to 200, so you could have 50 squads of 4 rather. But they probably won't do that. But we'll eventually see, I guess, what happens. But yeah, you don't actually need the full version of Modern Warfare to jump into Warzone. Of course, Warzone completely free, and the quads game mode will be free as well. We are, of course, getting more loot updates for Warzone, which is very, very exciting. We're getting new game modes like the scopes and scatterguns one, which is snipers and shotguns only. And they're changing like specific weapon loot pools and stuff like that. Ground loot's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have variants that are silenced and non-silenced. So you're going to be able to find stuff that makes you stealthy, and sort of loud guns that are going to be quite interesting. So it's going to make sort of a little bit of variation on the ground loot, which is already a very, very good thing, because it does get a little bit stale finding just like the same gun every single time you drop into the map. You're finding the exact same weapons is a little bit lame. So finding new stuff all the time is going to be pretty cool. We're, of course, getting new weapon blueprints and stuff in the supply boxes and ground loot, so it's going to be even easier to find more interesting weapons. Like, again, just finding the same sort of weapon variants over and over again is a little bit stale, so finding new stuff is always going to be interesting. We're also getting the 3 new multiplayer maps additionally at the start. As I said, we are getting the Talsic Backlot, which is a remake of a Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare map. If you did play this, it was Backlot, and it sort of was a well-received map originally, with sort of very good sight lines that were long, and sort of as well as close-range fighting, which is pretty cool. And it is described as an urban city with a major construction project, and sort of the combat takes place from door to door as teams fight for control of the various buildings. But yeah, I'd never played this map before. I didn't play multiplayer in Modern Warfare originally, so we'll see how this goes. I think it's a good map. I can't really remember, but they're probably going to bugger it up with all the doors and stuff like that, so hopefully this map is actually good. We shall see. We're also getting Hovek Sawmill, which, as you can see, is already on fire, as it's described. A sleepy farm village that has its main saw building on fire, which is absolutely hilarious. It's been described as a 6v6 3-lane map with a balance of mid to long range sightlines, which is pretty cool. We did see the mini-map for it the other day. I'm not sure I have that information here. I might flash that up on the screen right now if I can find it. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. We shall see like rooftop access, and then people shooting down from rooftops, of people running in between building and building. So it's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully not as many doors as in every other map in Modern Warfare, but we'll see. Hopefully this is a good map. You'll love to see new map content as well. And the last map that is included on launch day is Anaya Incursion, which is a twist on Anaya Palace, which everybody has been asking for since the beginning of the game. 10v10 and in ground war, and even 6v6. Somehow I've played Anaya Palace in 6v6 and it's just the worst experience in the world. Like, apparently this is going to be a more enclosed version of the area based around the central palace. So, like, where the wall is, I believe, is what the map's going to be. So the wall that runs around the outside, which is actually going to make a pretty good map, I believe. Like, fighting over the palace, getting inside it is pretty cool, and then sort of the open area bits should make a pretty interesting map. It's not that Anaya Palace is a bad map design-wise, it's just too big. Like, there's so much going on. It's very clearly designed for a ground war map, and when you play it in 10v10 or even somehow 6v6, which I've done, it's just not fun because it's too big. You just spend 2 minutes running towards and sprinting towards the big palace in the center, you die, and you do it all over again for 2 minutes, and it's just not fun. But if the only area that is accessible on the map is this sort of central bit, that should actually make a pretty good map. So we'll see how this goes. I like the idea of this. This is interesting. We are, of course, getting additional content as the season does continue. We're going to be getting more playlists and stuff like that, like we usually do. Demolition, Gun Game Reloaded, Gun Game Variants, and stuff like that, which is pretty cool, as we do usually see. I did see this picture the other day. I'm not sure where it came from, but it was leaked, which is pretty cool. New missions for the barracks and stuff like that. New XP rewards for blueprints, skins, and operators and vehicles. So pretty cool for a lot of free content coming up. With the Battle Pass, there is going to be the usual sort of standard Battle Pass bundle, and then the second Battle Pass bundle that you can buy, which is pretty cool. We're getting 2 free weapons, which is the Renetti handgun and the SKS rifle, which it is described as the Renetti is a well-rounded semi-automatic 9mm pistol with a 3-round burst attachment, which does remind me an awful lot of the B23R from Black Ops 2, which was a very powerful pistol in that game. So hopefully this does perform very similarly and sort of shreds people up close with that 3-round burst, which is very cool. Also, we're getting the usual list of different blueprints and stuff like that, legendary blueprints at the top of the Battle Pass, which is all very exciting and very cool. 300 COD points as we usually get, and so on with sort of the other stuff that we do get from the Battle Pass, etc. Then the second earnable weapon is the SKS, which is a lightweight semi-auto carbine chambered in 7.62 by 39mm round, which is pretty standard. The heavier rounds, I think the AK uses that in this game, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'd be wrong. And it is a marksman rifle that is focused on utility over accuracy, which has helped it stand the test of time. It has a 5 faster rate than the other weapons in the class, and a one-shot headshot, which is really cool. A carefully placed round will eliminate the need for follow-up shots, which to me says headshot, one shot, which is pretty cool. And the SKS has also been featured in other games previously. Like, I can remember it specifically from PUBG, which is pretty cool, and it was good in that game, so hopefully it's going to be good in this game. We shall see. Never seen this weapon skin before. That looks pretty nice. Well, I can't wait to get that one. That is a very clean looking skin. Also, spoilers here if you haven't played the campaign. Alex is back apparently after sacrificing his own life allegedly to destroy the toxic gas factory. Apparently he escaped somehow. I imagine that'll be probably described or shown in maybe the cutscene at the start, but we'll see. And then old Captain Price does get him and sort of rescues him, apparently. You can get him for free or in the Battle Pass as the sort of starting thing that you do get in the start. So Battle Pass bundle, which gives you your 20 tier skips and the original Battle Pass lot. We're getting him and then also a skin for Yeager, which apparently is shirtless. So all of you Yeager fans are getting a shirtless skin, which is weird, but okay. We're getting the usual amount of skins as we can see throughout the rest of the season. The rest of the Battle Pass is going to be lots of different skin variants and weapon variants and other stuff. At tier 10, there'll also be more skins and stuff like that than tier 30, tier 50, and so on. Also, apparently, there is a finishing move featuring Riley the dog at tier 20. Oh my god. Oh, if it's the dog just comes out of nowhere and just bites someone's face off. That'll be very exciting. But yeah, your usual stuff with like operator skins, finishing moves, tags and skins and stickers and stuff like that. Lots of other tokens and everything. That'll all be coming. And we do get the Battle Pass bundle for 2,400 COD points, down from 4,000 apparently, which I think is about $30 I think, which is usually good value if you sort of just want to play with some of the weapons straight away. That's usually pretty good value, other than sort of grinding up to unlock them. And again, just sort of usual Battle Pass mumbo jumbo that we're usually getting, and then more content that will be unlocked as the season does roll on. They'll release the new bundles and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll eventually see sort of new attachments and stuff like that they have added previously, getting added to new guns and sort of older guns that are struggling a little bit, so their way of buffing them. Plus, we will see sort of weapon balancing and stuff throughout this season, I'm sure, because some of the weapons in the game are still pretty pretty bad. So we're also getting more experience. Sort of Season 3 trials are continuing. We're getting parkour, the gun course, shooting range, marksman challenge, and new variants on these, which is all pretty cool. It's good to see sort of, if you do enjoy the trial stuff, it is a good way to gain experience, and it is pretty cool and sort of good way to unlock new stuff, good stuff there. And then there is apparently a new Battle Pass edition of Modern Warfare. So if you don't have the game, you can buy this with all the, your COD points and your Battle Pass and stuff like that, new weapons and skins and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. A new way to sort of enjoy the game. But apart from that, that is basically everything that we have seen in this sort of dev blog update, which is pretty cool. We haven't got the patch notes for this yet, so we're not 100% sure of exactly what's going to happen with this patch, like weapon balancing and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll see some. Hopefully that'll be pretty significant and we can make videos on the new buffed and nerfed guns as they do get released. But yeah, this has been very exciting. Like, I do love the content drops in Call of Duty this year. They have been very exciting, and you just get so much stuff. You don't have to pay for any of it. You can, but you don't have to pay for any of the maps or anything like that. It's a very good way to do this. So if this one did help you out and you are excited for Season 3 like I am, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe. If you are new around here, of course, we did recently hit 800 subscribers, and we are, of course, apparently on the way to 900 now, which is absolutely wild. So thank you very much for watching this one. I believe, however, that we are only at about 96% of people who are watching this video that are subscribed. That is you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do. I do appreciate it an awful lot. But yeah, I will see you in Season 3, which is dropping very soon, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!